TRX, we start with 1 hour chart. If we refer to our analysis, since the price was within this exactly here, we mentioned how we can look for the trade. And even we mentioned if we get any sharp move the flag or having entry above the top. And this is what we get. There was one opportunity here and the second opportunity, which we didn't have the trade set up. And now we want to see what's the next. Because if we get any trade stop from here, still we can look for buy. But we need to be aware that whatever the trade we have here, we have to start to manage because if we put this top in relative to each other, it start to show us a divergence. Mostly the divergence now we can expect to get a correction for continuation, not the reversal. But at least we need to know how to trade. Manage our trades. And even if we move to daily chart, this is what we get. And I want to see how high it can go before we get the correction for continuation. We need to be aware that we can expect to get the correction. And the next correction, mostly we can expect to be a bigger correction than what we get here, or more complex correction, maybe similar to what we have here. We cannot confirm right now. The only thing is we need to be aware, and if we want to look for buy, we need to have a proper management for our trades. And even if we move to forward chart, first of all, we want to see whether either we have divergence or not. MACD doesn't show us, but then other indicators show us the divergence. That's why we want to see how we can trade this one. Mostly this correction, if we get any trade, we can look for the next move. All right, now the question can be this one, similar to what we have here or bigger. This is the things we need to bear in mind. We want to see, if we get any trade set up, as I mentioned, based on daily chart, we need to be we need to be aware that we can expect to get the bigger correction either here or at the higher price. This is the only things I need to highlight. Rather than that, any trade setup we get, we look for buy. And if we want to trade here, we don't have any trade setup. Okay, one of the option, the best if this one become more complex, or any sharp move with the flag, we can look for trade if the prices start to reverse from here. But if this one become deeper, it can give us better correction. Trade setup. Can we have entry above the stop? Also one of the option, but it depends on the traders because simply the price can tag and reverse. We don't want to buy at the top, even we have a divergence here. Okay, because if we want to have entry above the top, we want to price tag, break and continue here. And for this, I think the price tag, even within the first hour, we see there is no continuation. We don't stay with the trade. We take out the trade. By the way, still we can look for buy with any correction. If we trade based on the small correction, for example, similar to what we have here or any of this, we consider as a short term, as long as we get into the profit. But if this one turns to a more complex, similar to what we have here, then it can give us better confirmation. By the way, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.